This club was cool, but I saw some bartender girl spit inside a large glass bottle before she filled it with soda, and that's fucking disgusting.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Jeff London, DJ Jason Smith.
Here come the bang.
When the sun goes down, the music turns up. A whole new world opens up behind the velvet rope. Join us as we take you behind the scenes of the nightlife world.
Are you ready?
DJ Jason Smith, Jeff London. I'm the promoter, he's the DJ podcast, live from Boston, Massachusetts.
21.
21.
Actually, we rock, paper,
Savage.
scissors.
Oh, shit.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Got you again,
I
bro.
think it's 4-2 now.
4-2.
Damn, son.
Damn, son. Jay came back real quick, son.
It's not
Jeff,
over yet.
yeah, we have to understand. Jeff was talking mad shit like, oh, I'm the king of rock, paper, scissors.
I am. It's not over yet.
Not, I mean, when's this gonna? Is this an infinite game of rock, paper, scissors?
Probably.
What happens if it gets like 100 and 101 and I won the majority of them over the time span?
That means there's 200 episodes. It's a lot of episodes. Many years.
Many years.
Well, that'd be like 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years of rock, paper, scissors.
It's not a bad game.
Well, we hope you guys stick around that long.
Yeah. We'll be in our 50s.
No, son. So what's up, dude?
A lot. I mean, been a crazy couple weeks.
How's it felt?
It felt great though. I'm full back in the swing of things. Like I fully
Oh, I'm not there yet.
I'm fully in it. I'm ready to go.
Like it just went like
Doesn't stop.
so fast.
Doesn't stop.
I think I'm busier now than I was pre-COVID. Like as far as like just being overwhelmed, or maybe it just feels that way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 100% busier than I've ever been.
Well, you changed roles though. Also,
I did, but yeah, not in terms of going out wise, but in terms of booking tables wise, because we had so many venues to book tables for before. It was just
now you were particularly working on one night, and now you're working on almost multi nights.
Well, multi venues, multi nights, yeah.
Multi nights. Yeah. Sorry, guys, got something in marbles in my mouth.
All right, we got a question of the week.
Yeah, man, I love it.
Hurley, can I get some headphone action, or is it my ears blocked?
Your ears are blocked.
Oh, hi. Awesome, thanks.
You
Shout out
got
to Hurley.
Q-tips
Hurley
stuck
always
in
comes through. Big shout to Hurley. We have to change dates when we record,
Yeah.
Hurley's there.
there. He's there. What a guy.
What a guy. How's the eye, Hurley? Looking better?
Yeah, it's all gone. Scar's no longer there.
Oof.
I kind of wish I had something to talk about, though.
Jason can give you a punch in the head or something next time. I'll give you something to talk about.
I'll give you something to talk about. Do.
No more singing. We can get a flag for copyright.
Because I sound so much like Bonnie Raitt. Is that who sang that song?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. One time for me.
Yeah. All right.
Question of the week, what is it?
So thanks for sending the questions. As we say it every week, thank you guys for sending the questions in.
Yeah, keep it coming.
Who brings the better vibes, the house crowd or the hip-hop crowd? Now, recently, you've done, in the past couple of months, you've done 50,
Yeah.
Rick Ross.
Yeah.
And then you've 180'd it, Alesso.
Yeah.
Who else? For house.
EDX the other night.
EDX, yeah. So what do you like better? Or I shouldn't
I
say
can't
what do you
say-
like. I know you can't say
I
what do you
can't
like
say
better.
which one I like better because they're both two. It's like comparing apples to oranges.
Give me the rundown.
I have to be honest with the hip hop crowd. Well, when you have an artist, right, it's
Yeah.
a different setting, right?
Right.
If it was just me DJing without an artist, it would be different. DJing when you have an artist in the building sucks.
Because they're just waiting for the artist and
They
not
don't
you.
want to hear you. They just want to see the artist. So
Right.
you have to fight to win them over. Now, if it was my regular night and I'm going in and DJing and shit,
Yeah.
I got it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I literally have to fight to like the
Get people's
opener.
attention.
Yeah, the opener a couple weeks ago at the Grand when I was with Jack Harlow. He was like, I'm having so much trouble.
You're like, don't worry about it, bro.
I'm like, dude, don't worry about it because there's nothing you could do.
Nothing.
And then I got on and I fucking won him over. I can't tell you exactly what I did. I just do what I do. Throw shit at the fucking wall and whatever sticks. You have to take those chances because if you don't take those chances, you're not going to really know what's working. You know what I mean? So you have to like dip and dive. Like sometimes I'll play a song and it'll fall flat, but I know I got something right behind it that will pick that up. So you have to have the game plan. So if you're going to take a chance on a record, you have to know that this record might not work, but the one after it totally will, no matter what. So, if they feel that record that you were worried about, then you could open up the channel a little bit bigger.
Right. All right. So here it is. We're not talking about guests. We're not talking about opening. Right. We're talking about your headlining a house night. Or your headlining a hip hop night.
All right. This is easy. Because you could just be playing hip hop and just be crushing it, and people are gonna want to hear specific things or specific songs, and it's hard to give them all that shit, right? When you're DJing a house part, like when you're DJing house music, they appreciate that genre,
right?
So there is no bad song.
Got it.
And it's easier to take people on a journey with house music because they have these huge buildups, and you keep it there for a little while, and then you just play something a little weird. Like me, I try to play something weird within that house stuff.
Right.
So I always try to incorporate something that you wouldn't necessarily be accustomed to hearing played with house music, and that's what gives it a little texture and changes the vibe a little bit, and then you hit them back or you bring it down, you play some slower stuff. You know, you could take them a little bit more on a journey and they appreciate it a little bit more as far as house crowd goes to a hip hop.
That's an amazing answer. I thought you were going to go the opposite way. I'm glad we now know the answer to this.
It's easier to please a house crowd because they're more there for the genre, not specific songs. A hip hop crowd, no matter what,
they want to hear the hottest shit.
But that's a young crowd. When I play the lounges like in New York, or I'm doing Toka Tuesdays or something like that with Tony Touch, shout out Tony Touch, like that's like playing a house music vibe because those people are appreciating that music. Now, if I'm headlining at one of our big venues and I play something like I Wish I Was a Little Bit Taller, you know what I mean by Skilo, like it would fall flat. But if I play that at Tony's party, everybody like, oh my God, like, so playing those kind of parties is a little different than playing like a big venue hip hop crowd.
It's a great answer. But by the way, you do, when you say you play stuff a little differently, I did hear you the other night, and at the end of the set you were playing Sesame Street, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, I mixed Sesame Street in with and in Paris. Jay-Z and Kanye Paris record. N-word in Paris. Yeah.
That was pretty dope.
I'm trying to, that's so hard to be like, it sounds so weird being so PC, but
you gotta be PC.
You have to. I wouldn't say that anyways, but it's just weird saying N-words in Paris. It's just so awkward.
Tell me how to get
to
Paris.
Rick's slacking today.
That was an awesome answer. So thank you for question of the week. You know,
keep those questions coming, guys.
We love them.
Hit us on our Instagrams, or you can email us at I'm the promoter, he's the DJ at gmail.com.
And I even get to find out more info about Jason. I thought I knew everything, but I guess not. Sometimes his answers surprise me.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's tough sometimes with that hip hop crowd because, to be totally honest with you, we've discussed this previously in the podcast about how some of these TikTok songs aren't even out. You can't even get them. They're just TikTok like meme songs, and like people think they're actual music. So they'll ask you for one of those songs, and then you don't have it. They that kind of like puts them in. Like, why does this guy have this song? House people aren't going to say, well, why is he playing this Eric Pride's record?
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a difference. It's a difference there. So
I like it.
But again, a hip hop party like
Once
Toka
it's rock- once
Tuesdays,
it's rocking,
or
it's
it's like
rocking.
in Williamsburg or someplace cool that's like has a little bit more of a vibe and not so much a club. It's about the music. Clubs are about the scene, and parties are more about the music. And that's how, like, when you have a house party, it's a house party.
Wow. That's good. That's really good.
Because you're going to have people that come out on Saturday that don't even care or know who the DJ is, and they just want to go to the club.
You just differentiated between a party and a club. That's pretty awesome.
You didn't really know I was that good, did
Leave
you?
it on that.
My mom said to me, she goes, "You know so much." And I'm like, "What? I don't really feel as though I do. I don't toot my own horn that much.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes I do. Like I did with this intro.
Yes.
Yes, son.
I'ma get on Yelp in a minute and review this piece of shit place.
One of the best segments ever Jeff brought to the table. Yelp reviews with Jeff. Let's go.
We've got a Yelp review from Parker N.
Parker N.
He actually gave it 2 stars. No, it's not even a 1-star review.
So this is going to get interesting then.
Parker N says, to put it bluntly, it is all you get if you are 18 and wanting an 18-plus hip-hop club. That is the only reason why I've come back a couple times. The security guards are assholes.
Again, the security guards always
doing this.
Always taking a hit. Sorry, guys. We love you so much.
Security guys are assholes. One time I had a water bottle and one approached me. I told him I was underage and it was water. He took it and smelled it, then told me I had to go home. I walked around the block and came back to the line.
That's my guy. I like Parker. Smart. He didn't give up.
He didn't give up. Another time I was wearing these bedazzled sandals.
You're definitely not getting in.
And a guard came to me and my friend and said we couldn't enter because of our shoes. I just shot him a really look, and he said, hold on, let me get you a waiver. They scanned our ID so we could wear open-toed shoes? ? It's a cheap club that thinks they are better. However, if you are 18 and somewhat broke, this place is what you have to live with. The music is good inside, and the people inside are always fun. Water is $5, but my nasty self always just steals cups and fills those up in the bathroom.
Damn,
Wow.
son.
Parker's resourceful.
First of all, he gets back in line. Second of all,
Parker's a sneak.
he really wants to party. He must be one of those guys that really wants to dance.
I mean, his bedazzled sandals say no more.
He wants everybody to see his little shoes
Oh,
hopping
little
around.
Parker.
Little Parker. What's Vera T? Here we go. There's a
Oh,
one star.
Verity? Oh.
Ooh, that's a dope. It's like Verity, but Vera T.
So Vera T.
That's a sick DJ name. Vera.
T.
No, Verity. Verity. DJ Verity.
What is Verity? Variety?
I don't know. I just made. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Close.
the Jason Smith word for variety. It's
True.
Jason Smith English.
Vera T says, don't go to this place unless you're best friends with rappers, celebrities, millionaires, and you're really with them literally. I got invited to an everyone welcome release party. I got dressed up really nice, got my makeup done professionally.
Damn.
So did my friend. The bouncers made us wait outside 4 hours freezing under the pretense we could get in. I even offered him $100 for me and my friend to get us in. Not even that. He made us wait like a psychopath. Then last minute he says, sorry, you're not on the list to get in. I told him the party said you don't need an invitation or to be on a list. He said, okay, hold on. Then just wait in line. So he sucked it up, not to sound like complainer and whiny girls. Then the last 5 minutes, the club's about to shut down.
They're still there.
The bouncer whispers to me, you guys got 100 for each of us so we can sneak you in? Like, you got to be kidding me. You must think I'm an idiot. Avoid this satanic Illuminati nightclub at all costs. These people are all soulless people who would sell their soul for money, all stuck up snobs with money, who would walk around like Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian, literally. We basically wasted 4 hours of our life waiting in line. Thanks a lot, you evil people. Hopefully karma is lurking around.
Yo, first of all, they waited 4 hours.
That's a
The
lot.
$100 is a pretty standard.
That's standard, yeah.
That's a standard door guy.
Yeah, that's a standard.
I'm not mad at that, but 4 hours. ladies, get the fucking point. You ain't getting in the door.
Oh.
I mean, if I have to wait more than 2
You
minutes.
think they should fire their makeup artist, their professional makeup artist?
Yeah, that's probably what
That's
it was.
probably might be it.
Or they had or they had Parker and shoes on, the bedazzled sandals.
You want to hear what Rosie G has to say?
Of course I do.
Rosie G says, 1 star. This club was cool, but I saw some bartender girl spit inside a large glass bottle before she filled it with soda, and that's fucking disgusting.
That is fucking disgusting.
Oh, man. I wonder if Rosie G was just mad. You think some girl really did that?
I mean, at a bar like that?
Maybe. You think
doubt it.
You think her ex-boyfriend works there and she just made it up?
Ooh. Or she was.
I think there's a
maybe
lot-
her ex-boyfriend ordered a drink,
Ooh.
and she was the bartender, was his ex-girlfriend, and she's like, "Fuck this dude." Just-
Maybe these are called revenge yelps.
Dude, I like that. The second to last one by Verity was very long and very sociopaths. She said they're soulless people.
Satanic Illuminati nightclub.
Yo,
Yeah.
that was like a very interesting one.
Yeah.
I like that.
She
Thanks
went
for
in
the
depth.
details.
Yeah. Well, I mean, standing in 4 hours in line, I mean, she had to write something.
She probably wrote that while she was in line.
Yeah, she probably wrote it in line. Oh, man. You ready for a little entertainment news?
Yeah, I see that we're going to leave off. I mean, we're going to start off where I was talking about last week
Yeah,
about the T-Pain thing.
absolutely.
Well, we started to talk about it last week, but Jeff said he wanted to wait till this week because we thought there was going to be some more developing news. So has there been any more developing news since that?
A tiny bit, but I mean, it's really.
You thought it was going to...
I thought it was going to explode a little bit more. I think
It did explode, though, by the way. Yes.
Oh, no, I agree on that. It also has to do with that. I think it's Netflix, whatever it's called. This Is Pop or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I watched the first episode, I think.
So we'll go over the timeline and then we can go into detail. The timeline is on that show and why this started.
Oh, I
to
didn't
come
see
about.
the T-Pain episode yet. So this is from the T-Pain episode of the Netflix show.
Right. So
Okay.
I think it's called This Is Pop or whatever.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So Usher does a thing where he says in 2013 he told T-Pain that he really fucked up music for real singers doing his auto-tune. And that comment,
yeah.
T-Pain says that it started a 4-year depression for me. So people were kind of mad about that. That Usher said that and it causes depression and all that stuff.
Yeah, I understand. That was pretty fucked up of him to say.
Yeah.
No, not only that, but behind the scenes, Usher should know T-Pain can actually sing his ass off.
100% you should know that too. But I
Because
think
T-Pain could sing, yeah.
but they're still friends and they talk about the issue to the day and he didn't mean it like that. He just like I think T-Pain took it too literally of what his.
That's why you
auto-tune.
have to be careful of the way you express yourself
Agreed.
or express things to other people because it can be
Agreed.
taken out of context very easily.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm learning that through therapy right now.
Yeah.
Shout out my therapist.
So then the second part goes on because everything's on T-Pain now.
Yeah.
So T-Pain had this great rant, flip out about everybody copying him. And the quote is, you know when your shit sounds, what is it right here?
Yeah, you know when your shit sounds like somebody else's shit, he begins. You're making it because you're in the studio like, what's the number on one record right now? We need to make another one like those. And I have something to say about that before we go on.
Go ahead.
I say the same thing to people. So people will bring me music to like check out. Like they're like, yo, can you listen to this? Mm-hmm. And if you're making a record that sounds like a record on the radio right now, you're failing for a few reasons. One, by the time your record could get to the point where it could be on radio, that sound has already changed to something else.
Right.
Not only that, but it just shows you're not a real artist because I shouldn't say that. I take that back. You still be an artist, but create your own lane. Mm-hmm. That's why T-Pain popped off so much because he created something that wasn't there already.
No.
He might have taken influence from other elements, but he didn't fully copy it. And that's what I have to say about that. You have to still find your own lane. You have to stay true to yourself too.
I agree on that. You can't just copy stuff. And so the third part of this is that Dr. Dre entered this.
Oh,
this
see,
whole
I didn't
thing.
even know that. So, okay.
So this is the third part, and this is where I thought that more artists would take different sides. In Dr. Dre, Godfather.
Wait,
said-
did we explain what T-Pain said to get this whole thing started yet?
he says, when your shit sounds like somebody else's shit. He says, that's what he said. Yeah,
but in the rant that I saw on Instagram, he's talking about how the music's so bad right now.
Yeah, he was saying that, but it's
That's why I think this all started popping off, because he was complaining about.
Well, so I think he was doing a contest or something on his Twitch or some Instagram, and
producers maybe sending in stuff or
sending in
right?
stuff, and he's like, everything sounds the exact same. And
he must have driven it, and then he just lashed out. I was like, "You guys are fucking driving me crazy."
Yeah, I mean, it must have been like listening to the same sound over and over
could
again.
Could you imagine, dude?
No,
I go through that when I have to go through these record pools to download music. I'm kind of anal about it. I just don't go, I know this artist, I'll pick that. I listen to almost every single one, because there might be something in there that's not popping yet that I could break. Be like, this will fit in nice with this or something. And that's why I play different shit than other people, because I play shit that could be different.
Right.
And I have to listen to a lot of shit.
That must be a lot.
And it's like, I've listened to, there's a list, a folder that I have to go through like once a month, and then within that there's subfolders of genres. It'll be like 100 like house records, and I'll like pick 2 out of like 100.
Really?
That's like insane.
It is insane.
That's a lot of shit music.
But it is something that you pass over.
Of course.
That you're like, oh wow, I really did pass over this record because I didn't like it the first time I heard.
Yeah,
there's some records that takes like 10 times to hear it. Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, one of those records that's a banger from our childhood is Woo Ha by Busta Rhymes. When I first heard that record, I didn't know how I felt about it. But then the more I listened to it, I was like, oh my God, this record's amazing.
Busta got you all in check.
Yeah. So with that being said, I might lose out on a couple of things that I'm not feeling. Because I've done that before. And I've been at a club and been like, whoa, that song's sick.
Or it sounds
and it's
better
something
loud.
I passed out. I passed on. Oh, yeah. Or it could sound totally different in a nightclub than it does your earbuds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. So Dre ends this with, shout out to T-Pain. He left a comment on his Instagram. It says, I'm here laughing my fucking ass off at his rant, but he's right. I know the exact feeling what you're saying. So Dre must hear the same stuff over and over.
But you notice who Dre signs, like co-signs, like Kendrick Lamar and that Con.
Right.
What was that Con? His name's Con. Oh, sorry, guys. Conroy or something like that. He's a dude that's like Conrad or something. I can't remember.
What he signed?
Yeah, but it's like he wants those like somebody like Anderson Park and stuff like that. Like different artists. He doesn't want everybody to sound the same. So basically, Conrad's like or Conroy, whatever his name is, was like I'm having brain farts all over the place. Like start stinking here.
I mean, he signed so many. Just his current acts that Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Anderson .Paak, right now. I mean, dude, he's had so many people.
Yeah, but he likes sticking to that different sound. Like Kendrick don't sound like anybody from the West Coast, really.
How many acts that he's had on Aftermath? 50 Cent, Bishop Lamont, Busta Rhymes, Don Robinson, Dion, Eve,
right.
Gage,
Aftermath.
Group Therapy, Hayes, Hitman, Joel Ortiz.
Group Therapy was on?
Justice, King T, Marsha Ambrosia, Raekwon, Rakim, Slim the Mobster, Stack Quo, The Firm, The Game, Truth Hurts. Wow. That's
that
just some
Truth
of
Hurts
them.
record used to hit. Remember that?
So
record? Like that
serious.
Indian record that they sampled? Yeah.
That's a jam right there.
That's the joint. That's the jam. Turn that shit up. That's an old Black Eyed Peas record. Shout out I used to be on tour with never mind. What's his name there? Not Will I Am, the other one.
Who, Apple D Apple?
No, the other one. Yeah, it's close. Whatever.
Oh, you're talking about
No, who cares?
Paul, you want a little story time action?
Yeah, let's go.
Gather around.
I'm failing here.
It's
Yeah,
story time.
Taboo?
with Uncle Jeff.
Taboo.
Shout out to Taboo.
Names have been left out to protect the guilty.
Now, here's a little story I got to tell.
It's been a long day for me, guys.
Sounds
Please,
like-
I'm so sorry. I'm really struggling. I mean, I'm a full packed day, so it's been a lot. So I apologize for my brain farts. But let's get back to things. Jeff, always in the club. I've seen so many things over the years.
I have.
And it's now story time with Uncle Jeff, man. Let's go.
So this story time is the time the morning show host in Boston had a rough night. So this is going back before kind of Sirius XM and before kind of
Oh, we're going back to traditional radio.
we're going traditional radio. So there was two major stations.
But you'd have syndication through morning shows though sometimes.
No,
too.
not
this
these
is
ones in Boston. No, these ones were the top two in Boston. There was
Oh, okay.
one that's this guy's actually still going on. He's on a different station now. And then the other one, the top one from Boston was Kiss 108. Actually, maybe nationally with Maddie in the Morning and Billy Costa. This is not a story about them. This is the other station. You can guess it real easy with the other. It was the hip hop station in Boston.
Okay. I'm not familiar with Boston
So
radio.
it was the morning show guy, and he was the head of the morning show. Dealt with him a few times. Great guy. And he was hosting one of our nights.
Is he a local guy? Or is he like an import from radio?
It's a great question. But ever since probably I was like, he's been in radio as long, probably 30 years that I've known. So I don't think he's from here, but
Well, he is now.
well, he's now, yeah. So he comes to the club and he's hosting that night. But I know that he was on the radio at like 4 or 5 in the morning. So this guy's had like a long day. So he starts drinking. He's getting after it, whatever. Getting after it. I see he's hosting. And I see him on the mic and he's saying stuff on the mic. And then he's like saying stuff on the mic that
Oh, at the club like he's hosting the
he's
night?
hosting the night. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
he's actually hosting the night. So
hosting
that
the
he okay.
Drinking it and after it, hosting the night. And all of a sudden, he goes back to his table, wherever he's at. He says some ridiculous things. I'm like, nothing like crazy, but just like stuff that he wouldn't say on the radio. So I see him at his table, and he's like nodding off. I'm like, oh, man, this guy's going to be like,
Lit.
yeah. So we had this thing in the back of the club. Shout out to Rumor Venue. It was a place called we used to call it the Drunk Tank. It was like we're like it was just like a little room off to the side
so
where
amazing.
people were like if they
It's
were like
just that's like the penalty box.
it's exactly what it was. It was a penalty box. Like, let's get him some water, sit him in the drunk
That's
tank.
good before
know,
you have try to sober him up before you get him out the door.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
really smart.
So
Little holding area.
he goes back there and he's passing out, and I know like how he's getting a ride home. But he also told me that he's meeting up with this UFC fighter later at the club. This is early in the night. He told me to meet up with a UFC fighter, and the UFC fighter's coming to the club. Just watch out. The UFC fighter comes in the club, and he's like, where is this guy? And I'm like, he's had a rough night. He's like in the drunk tank.
You had
He's
to
like-
say that. The fact that you had to explain that is
Oh,
so
yeah.
embarrassing for that dude. Sorry, your guy's not here. He's a little drunk.
So he's like, no, let me go see him. So I'm like, all right, fine.
Let me see this.
Yeah. So he's like, I'll take him home. He's like, I know where he lives. So we go to the drunk tank, and the dude is full passed out. Full passed out.
Embarrassing.
So
Was this older gentleman?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You shouldn't be passed out at a club.
No,
age,
no.
Right?
yeah, I
Okay.
mean, he must have been so exhausted and drank too much, whatever. So the UFC guy takes out his phone and starts taking selfies with himself.
Oh, my God,
And the guy
that's
passed
amazing.
out. So I'm like, oh my God. So he's like doing that. He's like, I'm supposed to be on the show next week, and I can't wait to go on the show
Oh,
and show him the
my
pictures. He's
God.
like, I'm not going to send the pictures. So then he like autographed his like neck or something like ridiculous. And the next day, and we finally got him out of there. It actually, the UFC guy didn't drive him home. It was another co-host.
Oh my God, that's
Picked him out,
amazing.
drove him home.
He wakes up the next day with his
So the autograph
on his-
autograph on his neck. But so the thing is, the UFC fighter goes on the show. He's like, fighting next week, and he's like to the host. He's like, "Do you remember this?" And pulls out on air the picture of him passed out
Oh my
with the
God,
UFC
that's
fighter
amazing.
and like taking a selfie with him. And since then, the guy has never ever been to a club after that or hosted a club after that.
That's insane.
And that's like 10 years
dude.
ago.
Wow.
So yeah, shout out to that host. He's still on the radio now, but that was the time the radio host got too drunk.
Amazing, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I gotta say, I've been in a lot of fucked up situations, but being dragged out of the club drunk is definitely not one of the things that I think I've ever done. Oh, maybe once in Vegas. But I had security with me that day.
There's a couple times I've been told to go home. In a nice way.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
It's like when the bartender's like,
Jeff.
I think you had enough.
Jeff, you're working tonight? Just go home. I'm like, all right.
Time to clock out, son.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Uh-oh. This just in. Breaking news from the Positive News Network. It's your host, Jeff London.
The PNN.
Don't look. That was bad luck.
Yeah, it's all right. It's only on YouTube. Everybody watch YouTube.
No. What's the positive news for this week, sir?
So there's this crazy thing going on in Singapore. So they have a huge emissions problem. It's like the nation's number one and the biggest carbon
It's
dioxide
more
emitters.
than India? Like, that's crazy.
No, per capita. So India,
okay.
India has like 80 billion people, so definitely more. But
Yeah.
So what they did is they have lots of waterways there, and they put these floating solar panels on top, like
I'd love to see that.
it's 45 football
45
football fields like long. Yeah, I mean it's like so like 122,000.
I see what it says. Football pitches. So we're talking about like American, like football, not American football. We're talking about soccer.
Talking about soccer, yes.
That's crazy.
Which I think is big, has to be bigger than a football
Way
field.
bigger than a
yeah.
football
Way
stadium.
bigger than football. So this is crazy.
Definitely wider.
It's definitely longer.
That's what she said.
122,000 solar panels long.
That's insane.
So it's actively operated by drones that move
No way.
that move these panels, and they're saying it's so much energy that it saves. I think every day it's like 7,000 cars worth of energy every day.
That's insane.
It's so crazy to watch. You got to check it out though.
I think
Google it. It is the craziest thing you've ever seen.
dude, why don't we do more of that? Like, it's like
Solar energy?
Yeah, dude. It's like obviously working
I don't know.
because of jobs.
I don't know if it's because it takes a lot of
What, sunlight?
no to make the solar
manufacture
panel.
the
Yeah, that it
solar
takes,
panels. Yeah,
that it takes so much energy. It's like recycling. Like some
you
people
take
say,
energy to make something and to put it into something. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
To
You're right.
recycle, it takes more energy than it's used. You know, like kind of that stuff.
I thought you were gonna say something about Bezos.
Oh, the guy just shooting to space. Yeah,
And Richard Branson did it like last week too.
I know he beat him to it.
But they were two different things. I think they're trying not to compare apples to oranges. That's my good word to go to. Apples to oranges.
Yeah.
I say that a lot.
You do.
Sweet.
What's your favorite fruit? Apples and oranges.
Strawberries.
Really?
Yeah.
Of any fruit, you chose strawberries?
Yeah. Or blueberries.
No pineapple, no mango, no like exotic fruit. He just went
Star fruit.
Let's see. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Strawberries. Strawberries are delicious, but out of all fruit in the world, you just said strawberries.
That's why I make my smoothies in the morning.
A strawberry smoothie is a good smoothie.
That's probably the best one you can get. Yeah.
Well, on that note, check us out and get our merch. We got new merch coming out. It's being designed right now. BigNightShop.com.
Yeah, we're in the works of bringing some more.
Our merch is going to be fire. So you can find Jason at
Jason Smith Music on Instagram.
and you can find me at
Jeff London _ on Instagram. And you can find us at
I'm the promoter.
He's the DJ on our IG. Hit us up.
Hit us up.
Thank you for your support.
Appreciate
Shout out
it.
my guys, everybody on the team.
Shout out Hurley.
Early.
Peace.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Jeff London, DJ Jason Smith.
Here come the bang.